I thought this paraphrasing Marshall Goldsmith's new book title would be appropriate for my presentation. His book was What Got You Here Won't Got You There, and I think it's applicable for the industry at large. And I used that as a title as I tried to do justice for the topic given to me, which was all around from BPO excellence to industry focused excellence. And for that, let's start with a little bit of a historical perspective. I'm sure Swami has nicely taken through some of that, but just I thought quickly, if you look at from the turn of this millennia, and let's call it a phase 1.0 or whatever you want, it was characterized by tough macroeconomic conditions. On the aftermath of the dot-com bust and then 9/11 soon after, there were difficult macroeconomic conditions. And by that time also there was the emergence of the India story, thanks to the good work done by some of the companies out here, as well as the success of the Indian origin entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley. Also at that time, of course, primarily the focus was on cost. And from a service provider's perspective, it was all around process excellence and having a good recruitment and training factory, if you will. And pricing models, largely FTE or hourly. In other words, characterized by client just saying, what, give me cheaper and faster. I guess if it was better, that was a bonus. In the next phase, and let's call it 2.0, 2004 to 10, at least the first half was improving, improving macroeconomic conditions. By that time, of course, there was great familiarity and comfort with the Indian providers, and soon cost became hygiene and value added became differentiator. And therefore, from a service provider's point of view, process excellence clearly wasn't enough. And we saw at least emergence of alternative pricing models. And I guess from a client perspective, this phase could be characterized like this, which is don't just give me what I want, give me what I need. And now, I think we are in this 3.0 era from the last 1 year or so, where once again we have difficult macroeconomic conditions. There are emergence of other alternatives, credible alternatives to India as a country. Our cost advantage per se is fading. The clients, they need now ideas, solutions for top line growth. To the point that Swami also made earlier, it was more around helping them with the top line, not just the bottom line. And from a service provider's point of view, it's now all about becoming industry experts and not just, there have been many acronyms out there, so none of this XPO stuff, it's just more about understanding the industry much better. And this opens the avenues for possibilities of a lot of interesting pricing models. So this could be characterized more by, from a client's perspective, this is my business problem, can you help me find a solution? So if this is the era we're in, what could it look like? And since even our company has been in existence right from 11 years, on a personal note, my colleagues think this is what it will look like. And I hope that's not the case, and I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. But on a more serious note, just to set the better context, a quick note on who we are and where I'm coming from. We are a provider of marketing decision support solutions to global enterprises, and again, been around since 2000, focusing more on competitive intelligence for online retailers, product content solutions, and survey research, operating out of New York, London, Mumbai, and Coimbatore, and largely working with multi-channel retailers, market research agencies, and marketing functions of enterprise clients. The rest of my conversation is keeping this in mind, and that's the world I know. And so if you look at the marketeer's vision of the world, or his or her view of the world today, maybe largely a Western market driven. First of all, there's rapid growth of e-commerce, right? Take the US for example, in the $3 trillion research industry, which is flat or declining. Online is the only segment which is growing, even rapidly. And this year, 2011, they would have closed at 15% year-on-year growth, including having 4 days of $1 billion sales on a given day. And there were 4 such days in the last holiday season. So clearly, rapid growth of e-commerce in certain product categories, almost 30-40% now being done through the online channel.